Hello, beautiful souls. I am Awakened Soul, and today we're going to be looking at Bitcoin and we're going to be setting our next 4-hour target. So, on our weekly, we want to turn on our pivot highs and lows, and I usually have it set at 5, but you could play with it. The lower the number is, the more pivot highs and lows that you would get. So, within our weekly, we're going to set our resistance, and I do have the magnet on. We're going to set our support here, and it's pretty close to price action. I'm also going to use this previous high as resistance and this low for support. Let me turn off my pivot highs and lows. And one more important thing that I think it's important is to connect this major trend line here from this high to this lower high, as price action is right above it, making it a support. But if we cross it, not only are we crossing a support trend line, but we're also crossing a support trend line. Both are, yeah, I guess both of them are trend lines. Alrighty, let's go ahead and go to the daily. Within the daily, again, turn on your pivot highs and lows. Okay, let's go ahead and set support and resistance within price action, right? That's all that matters. So this is our resistance. This is our support, same as the weekly time frame. And our next support will be down here at 20,384. Okay. So let's turn off pivot highs and lows, and now let's go ahead and turn on our higher high, lower low indicators. I do overlap two. One is always set at 30, and the other one I play with it. Usually I set it at 3, 6, or 9. I like to work with threes, just like the market makers. So now that we are in our daily, we have our support and resistance lines here, horizontal lines. We're gonna set some trend lines. Okay, from this high to this lower high. Let's color coordinate everything so we don't forget. So that's yellow, and then we're gonna go from this lower high to our most current lower high. Wonderful. And I'm also gonna connect. And how do I determine this? Right, you could turn on your pivot highs. I'm going to connect this low to the most current higher low. Okay, this low to this higher low. So right now it's going to make a big move. Let's go into the 4 hours. Okay, so it's important once you do that in the daily and you're ready to go to your 4 hours to turn on your EMAs. I do use the 12 and the 26 EMAs. So understand the trend, right? In your daytime, in your day time frame, you can see price action is above 12 and 26 EMAs. That's a bullish trend. If price action is below 12 and 26 EMAs, that's a bearish trend, right? In the 4 hours, when you are trading, well, when I'm trading, I consider the trend really important. So if the price action is above 12 and 26, I only consider longs. If the price action is below 12 or 26, I consider shorts. So now with this trend, not only we're bearish on the daily, but we are bearish on the 4 hours. So with that being said, every time it moves, it's of course it's going to retrace a little bit, but it is the smartest thing to do is just to consider shorts, right? And also within our 4 hours, just really quick, I want to remind you how the markets work. We have a consolidation area, we have a trend, we have a consolidation area, we have a trend down. So right now we're in a consolidation area. So let's go ahead and focus on this area, right? And find a pattern, because within every consolidation area, you'll find a pattern. You find a bear flag, a bull flag, a triangle, a wedge, or whatnot. So I'm actually going to move a little bit to the 1 hour here, turn on my higher high, lower low indicator, and this is going to help me align any trend lines here that I need. So just really quick, I want to show you that we have just broken a bear flag. I guess I could try it this way with this channel, right? This was a bear flag that we just broke to the downside. And another thing to know is that when the trend is down, usually you'll see a lot of bear flags being made. So this is your bear flag, and it just broke. We are playing with the major daily support and resistance trend lines here. Let me highlight them. Right, so it's definitely going to do something big and important coming out. But if we are to continue and break this support, my next target will be based on this bear flag pattern. Give me a second here. So let's see how this is another bear flag here. So as it moves down, and then you can find little bear flags every time they retrace. As it starts moving down, you'll notice a lot of little bear flags, okay? So it's something to remember. You're in a downtrend, you'll have a lot of bear flags. So just based on this big move here, I'm gonna do a measure move from this high to this low. And then I'm gonna move it here. Check this out. Right on target with this low at 20,384. That will be my next target. So what would be my confirmation to take the short? So let's go into the 30 minutes. So if you have not entered a trade, I want you to turn on your pivot highs and lows. Set a 30-minute, because I take my trades based on the 30-minute, right? Let's go 1 hour. I guess we could do it in 1 hour. So this will be your high for the 1 hour. Let me highlight it here. This will be your low, right? If you go to the 30 minutes, same thing, right? So what you want to see, so this is our day trend line. So move is definitely incoming here. So to take along, you want to see this breaking up, retest, and then continuation to the upside. Okay, you want a confirmation of the highs to be broken. If you're gonna short, you want confirmations of the lows to be broken. So if I'm gonna take a short, I want this trend line to break, right, retest, and continue to the downside. Okay, but if it breaks the daily trend line, that's another confluence of coming down. So keep an eye on it. Remember to set your stop losses. So if you enter a short, your stop loss should be at previous lower highs. If you enter, right, and you can even come to the 15 minutes here. Let me show you. So this is your trend, right? So we break here, wait for it, retest, and then continuation. So I would place my stop loss right here at previous lower highs, and then enter my short at new lower highs, right? And again, if we're gonna long, right, like I mentioned, you want to set your stop loss at higher lows and enter at higher lows. But the trend is down, everything seems like we're coming down. So may the force be with you, and my measure move based on the bear flag, it's going to give us a double bottom at 20,384. All right, guys, that's our next play. May the force be with you guys, and do everything with love.